Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast, Season 4, Episode 20, Mother. In this episode, Emma returns to Storybrooke to reunite Lily and Maleficent, while Regina and Robin deal with the consequences of Zelina's pregnancy. Meanwhile, Gold's failing health forces Isaac to look for a new ally. And in a flashback, Cora tries to get Regina's forgiveness. I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate.
And
Rob Southgate. Boy.
Holy guacamole this episode.
Boy.
I loved it.
It was crazy.
I'm
Jam-packed.
happy that Emma gave Snow and Charming forgiveness.
Yeah, they
Yes.
finally reconciled
Yeah.
thanks to Hook.
So last time we
Yeah.
thought Snow might die because we saw her hit her head.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, not dying.
Emma healed her.
Emma healed it.
And then I thought that she was getting dragon fire on her.
Yeah, I know.
It was just in a weird. I wonder what that shape was. What that shape meant.
Well, I don't know if it meant anything. I think it was just that it's just how
Carved
it
into the ground.
flamed. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
blocking
She was
it.
out of control. I don't think she had any control over what she was doing.
Right.
Lily.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, that was crazy.
When her eyes turned yellow.
Yes,
and
and she
just-
started to Hulk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally smash. Yeah, and then she got, that was crazy.
Starla smash.
And I love how when she was the dragon,
Mhm.
how she was out of control. You could tell that like they had the dragon was like fighting with itself because this is the first time she's turned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was just really, really great.
Really interesting.
Did you catch that Maleficent said something was wrong with her foot or her wing or something? It was because Regina had cut her hand.
Oh.
Because she said it, and I thought, well, what's that about? And then they didn't show her like limping when she was a dragon again. So I thought, oh, I wonder what that is. And then I realized, oh, it's because of the cut.
Yeah.
Because Regina needed her blood, her dark blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so first scene right out of the box is the flashback, and Regina stops a wedding that peasants are doing on the grounds of the
Royal grounds.
The royal grounds. And Regina rips out the groom's heart and crushes it.
Yeah.
How
Right then and there.
horrible.
And then she says, next time there's a wedding, book the church.
Uh-huh.
Oh! I mean, you cannot imagine that she is that evil,
And
and,
then
now she's this good.
And then
Like,
the dad's starting to get back in the carriage. She's like, you can walk.
oh,
I've got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
she's just unbelievable. So
And
yeah.
she's always just like, Daddy dearest.
It is pretty amazing to see how far she's come. And when you get those glimpses, they don't pull any punches. She is awful.
She was the worst of the worst.
Yes.
So, what did you guys think of the Regina and Robin storyline?
I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite.
Mm-hmm. But what did you think that, like, with this turn of events here? So Regina was getting the author to rewrite the story,
Yeah.
and then she said, but never mind, I don't need to. I'm going to just live here. I'm going to find my own happiness. I'm going to hang out here with Robin. We're just
Yeah.
going to make sure that Zelina can't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked that a lot because when they were talking about it, I can't remember if it was earlier this episode or in the last episode, but it seemed kind of like Regina was backed in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, why can't she raise this child? Why does Zelina have to be a part of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though, like, how do you do that? You don't just steal the child. But the way this worked did work for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought this was good.
Well, she didn't say she wasn't going to ever be able to see the child.
Right.
Because, we see how that
Yeah.
turned out with Snow and David
Right.
and Emma and Maleficent and Lily. It's
Right.
not really
Uh-huh.
good or bad. It's not an option, you know.
Right.
But she said you're going to have the most restricted visitation, which means
Yeah.
she will see her, but it's going to be...
I think my favorite thing, revelation from this episode was the revelation that Regina had when she said, Robin is not my happy ending. He's just a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, that shows character growth because she was starting to revert.
Mm-hmm.
She was going to do these things. She wasn't as evil. She was just driven to her end. But then she had that realization and she just went like, wait a minute. She pumped the brakes. We're not doing this. Here's the solution. And I'm getting my happy ending. I don't need it written by this guy. I thought that was really
and
good.
Finally,
Rumple
fairy
does, though.
tales are not having the woman go looking for the man to complete her. She's just going, he's just a part of the puzzle. He's just a piece of what.
When he said that, when it wasn't Robin, but it was the sheriff of Nottingham, and he made the comment like, oh, and you can be weak or whatever. I love that her character then and now just is a feminist. She doesn't believe that at all. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Absolutely.
She just raised up his lion tattoo into a tiny lion.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
I want to build a toy of that lion, then it would walk up your arm.
That's cool.
I loved when it was up on his neck and it was kind of scratching his neck. I thought, oh my gosh, how many times have the cats stepped on us? And imagine if it was a little lion rather than our cats. Awful.
I think that would be better than our cats.
No, I don't think so.
So, Lily and Maleficent reconciled.
Yes.
And she's going to give her a week.
Now, wait a minute. You're jumping ahead because the entire episode was the opposite. Lily was pushing Maleficent away. Maleficent was being very human.
Yeah.
But Lily was just like, no, I thought we were going to go off and be bad dragons and get revenge on everybody.
Yeah.
She was not letting her in. It wasn't until that ending where she finally agreed, where Maleficent's like, just give me a week. Yeah, but the whole episode, it wasn't about the reconciliation until the end. It was Lily.
Well, how would it be about a reconciliation before the end? Reconciliations don't happen until the end.
I just felt like
Snow and David reconciled at the end.
You just jumped too far.
No, I didn't. Because there's no point in talking.
Well, there is, because Lily was so mad, and I loved that Maleficent was so grounded about stuff.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, we saw glimpses of this. We kept talking about it throughout the season, that her motivation was one thing, but we couldn't pin down how evil she was. Just like Regina. I think it's really an interesting take. Cruella, who had no nice qualities, we found out, dead. Yeah. Gone.
Yeah. Maleficent's actually
Ursula
nice
got her redemption. Yeah. And Maleficent, once she got her daughter back,
that was it.
The
fight was out. Yeah. Well, and I love when they were in the diner and she says Lily wants her revenge, but Maleficent's like, let's just move forward.
Yeah.
We're together. We could have a whole new life. Let's just walk away. Who cares?
Right.
And Lily says, I don't need grooming advice from Annie Hall.
Right. Oh, that brings up my other favorite little thing.
Annie Hall?
Annie Hall is a character it's a movie from Woody Allen, and she's a character in it who, when you see it and then you see it, Maleficent, it's very funny.
Was dressed like her.
Yeah, it was
funny.
really good.
But no, my favorite thing, and they did the callback here, is when they go into that hidden hospital, the one
where Belle was locked.
Where Belle was. And there's Nurse Ratched and Chief. Yes, from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That kills me.
Yeah. Chief always seems like he's just mopping, standing there.
That's what Chief does.
As the movie, Yep.
It's so good.
Another favorite line is when Regina and the author, because Regina goes to Gold's shop, and sees Gold dying,
right?
And he gives her the quill, and she takes it and then says, "I'm not working with you. I'm gonna go." And she stole the author. They go to her vault, and he explains how the ink works, and then he looks at her and he says, "Writing a happy ending for the evil queen. You've always been a favorite of mine. Very clear goals, totally damaged personality with a self-destructive streak is a recipe for compelling."
Yeah.
I just loved that line.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it turns out that the author wrote that picture of her and Robin was from a different book that he wrote.
Yeah, that was interesting when he said it was something I was working on. It was something different. So that means there could be this other... That could come into play.
Lots of other realities.
That could come into play here, though. Because he was like, where did you get that? That you shouldn't have that. That was a really interesting little thing going on there. Somebody has that other book.
Yes.
and somebody knows what's going on there.
Yeah.
Which could change everything. That might be what they use to get out of what's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I loved when Maleficent went to Snow and David, and she offered them redemption. You know, you help me find my daughter, and we can fix all. You get to redeem yourselves for what you did for me.
That was great when she showed up at the door. Do you remember what Maleficent said first thing?
She's like, I need help.
No, she said, I'm not here to kill you.
I'm not here to kill you.
And Snow and David were like, oh, phew, that's good.
Yeah.
And they just let her in. Like, oh, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you're not here to kill us. All right, all good. Let's have a cake.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
And then, what did you guys think? I thought it was a little weird. I didn't think it was a great choice for Regina to bring the author into Zelina's cell.
That was a little weird.
She could have done any number of things to overpower.
Well, and it was very much the villain soliloquy. I'm going to tell you my whole plot, and I'm going to have it right here.
It was really weird.
And you can stop me at any moment. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, it really felt stupid. I was like, this is really stupid. Why would she do that?
It was a total plot device because it allowed the scene where the author escapes and he drops the page and it tells them, here's what's going on.
Yeah.
That was really, it was good how it played out.
He was going to Gold's shop to help him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I just thought that was really dumb because I thought the whole time she's going to do something to turn this over. You know, she's very powerful and she's smart.
Right.
And Regina's standing there telling her, putting out all her cards.
Yes.
And acting like Zelina has no way of counteracting that.
And I think this
maybe she didn't.
I think this was a tough scene for the actress to play, the Zelina actress, because she really had to stand there and look confident, lose the confidence. Like she didn't get to say a lot, and it had to be like this roller coaster that I was buying. So she did a really excellent job with that. She's been fantastic.
I love the actress for Zelina. She does such a great job.
Yeah. What did Regina call the baby? Green something? Or...
No, she
called Maleficent. I mean, she called Zelina Greenie.
Greenie! I love that.
She didn't call the baby anything. But
think the baby's going to be green?
No, it's not easy being green.
What if it's Kermit? What if it comes out and it's just Kermit? Hi-ho. Disney owns that. Could be. What if they go to Muppet Land next year? And there's the Swedish Chef and
there's a Muppet
Kermit.
Land?
There is now.
Sure.
The land of Muppets. Muppetania.
What if they go to Fraggle Rock?
Could be. Disney owns it.
So,
and I would just be like, why are there puppets all over?
It would be terrible. What are you saying, Martha?
What about when Regina took that potion? Because I kept noticing in the last few episodes, she kept saying things alluding to the fact that she couldn't have children.
Yes.
And now we see that she took a potion to mess with Cora,
Actually, I think that goes all the way back to first season. I thought that do you remember when we saw the story of how she ended up with Henry?
Yeah.
I thought that she kept saying things about how she couldn't have children. This whole time I've been under that assumption that she could not have them. Now we know why. So I wonder if they had that plan from the beginning or if they just went like, oh, wait, let's explain this. This makes sense.
I bet they did.
But I bet they did too.
I think it didn't seem like they just threw it in.
It was great. And having Cora back, Cora is nuts.
Yes.
Now, she had a little tiny Cora redemption at the end where she was like, but I did think that you guys would be good together. I don't buy it. I think she is evil.
Yeah.
So they don't ever need to redeem Cora. They don't need that to be real. To me, that was a manipulation, more damage to Regina.
Yeah.
Do you think that Regina was going to write her out of the story and turned because she said she was like Cora? Or do you think that she never had she was just bluffing and then always had that intention of, I think they were trying to make it look like.
But I think she had that plan. I think she was doing it to scare the heck out of Zelina.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I think so too.
I don't think she would. I think they were trying to make you think that she did it because because Zelina said, "Oh, you're just like our mother."
Right. But I don't think that was the case. I think that they were definitely trying to make you think that.
Yeah.
But
Not true.
No, I don't think that's how the actress played it. I don't think Lana Parrilla played it that way, and I don't think that was actually what was happening. I think it was one of those misdirections where you're supposed to think like, oh, she had this and that's what saved it. But she wouldn't turn on a dime. It felt like she was heading towards evil and then boom, right back to good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she was doing that to manipulate.
Right.
Yeah, I think so too.
So let's talk about the preview for
the preview. There's a new book.
Because there's a new book called Heroes and Villains.
Yes.
Yeah, this episode should have been called Heroes and Villains because of the book.
No, next episode
next
might be Heroes and Villains.
No, there was one.
I thought they already had one called that already.
I think
There's a Beach Boys song called Heroes and Villains.
But okay, so Mr. Gold and the author are now writing the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're creating a new one called Heroes and Villains.
Yes.
And according to the preview, in this next week,
Snow White is Regina, and the dresses are beautiful, but her face does not match those dresses.
So do you think Emma is Maleficent?
Why?
She looked like she was turning green. Like she was
you think
Zelena.
she'll be Zelena?
That's what she looked like.
We
could also be seeing characters that we don't know. I mean,
yeah, they might not. They just might be
anything could have changed.
Be dark, not necessarily turning into another character.
Yeah, but
it is going
Snow
to be
was
awesome.
Clearly Regina.
And how fun for the actors to get to play the total opposite of their character.
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin being a hero, a knight in shining
armor. Oh, that's
armor.
going to be fantastic.
I am Rumpelstiltskin. I love that.
And it's fun for someone like Mary Margaret and David to get to play.
Yeah, pure evil.
Just evil.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
This is going to be really fun to
I
watch.
was cracking up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the lead into next season. I think that's going to be this two-parter.
Okay.
And
it'll resolve.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes will show us what we're going into. Now, that also doesn't mean that there won't be residual effects from this. I don't think you're going to have Snow be evil and Rump be this big hero. But there could be residual effects. There could be changes to characters because of this. Or we could be wrong. They could go for half a season or a whole season playing with this idea of everything getting turned on its head. But I think that would be really difficult for the audience to connect with.
I'm not sure Rump meant that he would become a hero. I think he meant that he would just get his happy ending.
Right.
Not that
well,
they
no,
would just
I think he did because
places.
he created the book and said, we're going to write a new book. So he did want it. He wants to be the knight in shining armor and swoop Belle off her feet.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he gets to write Bay back in the story.
Oh. Yes. That would be interesting. It'll be interesting if he does it all. Huh.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
So
is that it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, oh boy. Last episode next week. I can't wait. Every week we say that because we just can't wait. What are we going to do over the summer? Cry?
Yes.
A little bit. All right. You can find past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
You can find us on YouTube. We have a Southgate Media Group YouTube channel. You can find us on Patreon, just patreon.com/Southgate Media Group. If you want to support us that way, it's awesome. That would be greatly appreciated. And we do monthly subscriptions, so it's not per episode, which is nice. We also are on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr. And basically any place you find podcasts, we should be there. Please rate us and review us. That helps us more than anything at this point. Well, that Patreon. We really need your reviews and share the show with other people if you enjoy it. We want to go into the next season really strong with the fans behind us. Okay, is that it? You got anything more?
Yeah.
You're done? I'm done too. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end.